Hello, it's only Mrs. Atkinson. This week, your book focus is going to be this book. We're going to carry on with woodland animals and zoo animals. These are woodland animals, aren't they? And it's a book that you might know really, really well. And you might know some of the books based around this character, Percy the Park Keeper, and his animal friends. It's called The Treasure Hunt. So we've got Percy here with his handkerchief. We've got his friend the cow, some little rabbits, a lovely badger, lovely fox, a furry fox, a little bit like Daisy and Albert's fox. And, or was it Albert, or it might have been Sebby's fox? Some squirrels, a little hedgehog, and the tiny little mole. And all these animals are always in his special stories, aren't they? The author is called Nick Butterworth, and he writes all the Percy the Park Keeper stories. I'm in Rosa's bedroom. I thought I'd have a change of scenery today. They're all working downstairs, so I'm getting out of their way, and I didn't really want to sit on my bed. So we've got Rosa's photographs behind, some of her artwork. So this is Rosa's bedroom, The Treasure Hunt. Good morning, said Percy the Park Keeper as he stepped out of his hut. In his hand, Percy was holding some posters which he had just made. He pinned one of them to his door. What does it say? Asked one of Percy's rabbit friends. Oh, I'm sorry, said Percy, and he read out loud. I am organising a treasure hunt. All those who would like to come meet me at the bandstand after breakfast tomorrow morning. Signed, Percy. Me. I want to come, said the badger. So do I, said the fox. What is it? You know what a treasure hunt is, don't you? It's a game, said Percy. One person goes off and leaves a trail of clues for the others to follow. The clues are messages, and one clue leads to the next until you find the treasure at the end. I can read a bit, said the fox. He and the other animals stared at another of Percy's posters. Percy smiled as he noticed they were holding it upside down. It's a bit like me holding this book upside down, isn't it? Oh, I'll do drawings instead of messages, he said. So they can follow the drawings instead. That's a good idea, isn't it? Here's your next picture. Next morning, when the animals met all together, there was no sign of Percy. They thought that Percy must have forgotten until one of the squirrels noticed something. Oh, look! There's a piece of paper with a picture on it. It could be a clue. Can you see it? Just there. The squirrel was right. On the paper, Percy had drawn a picture of a seesaw. That must be where we have to go first, said the badger. Can you see? I'll hold it up closely. Got to go to the seesaw. Okay, brilliant. They hurried over to the playground. Sure enough, another piece of paper had been pinned to the seesaw. I'll get it, said one of the mice, and he scampered up the seesaw. This time Percy had drawn a picture of a statue. I know where that is, said a rabbit. Follow me. And off they went again. Look at the picture. By now, Percy had put nearly all his pieces into place. He whistled as he walked along a favourite path at the edge of the park. "Only 2 left," said Percy, as he tucked one of his clues into a crack in the signpost. He stopped for a moment and gazed over the fields which lay beyond the park. It's nice, isn't it? Percy reached into his pocket and was pleased to find some chocolate. It was chocolate money wrapped in gold paper. Oh, yippee! "Well, good job I brought a snack," said Percy. "I'm feeling quite peckish." Slowly he ate every piece of the chocolate. Oh no. Then Percy realised, oh no, what he had done. Do you know what he's done, boys and girls at home? He had eaten the treasure. It's not going to be a treasure hunt without any golden treasure, is it? The animals were having a great fun. Percy's trail of clues led them all over the park, to the seesaw, the hut, the statue, the bridge. In every place they found a picture showing them where to go next. But now, as they searched for a clue around a signpost at the edge of the park, it didn't seem quite so easy. "Oh, bother," said the badger. "I can't see a clue anywhere." The fox kept looking at the letters on the signpost. He was sure they were trying to tell him something. Let's have a look. Let's go to... Oh, it's not a new footpath. "I wonder," he muttered to himself. Suddenly the fox announced, "This signpost is the next clue. We have to follow it." "But it leads out of the park," said the hedgehog. It was too late. The fox had already set off. The others looked at each other. Then they followed after him. Further on... Oh, wrong page, Mrs. Atkinson. You can tell I'm half asleep, can't you? The fox had led them across a field. In the middle there stood a tall tree, which had been struck by lightning. Look at it. It hasn't got any leaves on it. It's like the lightning has burnt the tree. Further on there was a cattle shelter. Something was moving behind it. "It looks like Percy," said the fox. "That must be where he's putting the treasure." The animals rushed towards the cattle shelter. It wasn't Percy, but there was something there. And the something said... Do you know what the something said? The something said... "Moo." Your turn. And the something said... "Moo." Well done. It was a young calf. "Moo," said the calf loudly again. The animals squealed and ran in fright towards a tree in the middle of the field. The calf chased after them. She wanted to play. There we go. Now I've got to lift it up like this. I'll hold it like that for you. Just move that so you can see better. There we go. "You won't find any clues up there," chuckled Percy. "Why don't you come down and meet Lucy?" The fox climbed to the top of the tree, and the squirrels and the mouse and the owl and the badger and the hedgehog and the little rabbits and mice, they're all a little bit scared of this very cute calf called Lucy, apparently. The animals scrambled up the tree as fast as they could, and they hid from the cow. Lucy the calf was very friendly. When the animals had calmed down and had been properly introduced, she gave them a ride across the field to the park fence. Everyone chattered happily as they bumped along. "We didn't find a treasure," said the fox, "but we found a friend." Percy coughed and wiped the corner of his mouth with his handkerchief. "And don't you think friends are better than treasure?" he said. Why is he wiping the corner of his mouth? What's he been eating that he shouldn't have been eating? That's right, the golden chocolate coins. He wants to get rid of all the evidence, doesn't he, from around his mouth, just like when you make a chocolate cake and you eat it and get it all around your mouth. "Well," said the hedgehog, "I think they're about the same." Percy smiled. "I think you're right," he said. And that is the end of the story. So they didn't find the treasure, but they did find a very lovely new friend called Lucy the cow. I hope you like that story. We've got lots and lots and lots of lovely things for you to do this week based around this story. There's a number treasure hunt. There is lots and lots of phoneme things to do, lots of lovely activities. So have a look at the learning and see what you'd like to do this week. Okay, have fun. Bye everybody. Bye-bye.